Colossal beasts, cryptids, and terrifying creatures are all appearing in the unlikely place. But thanks to cameras, nothing stays hidden for long. So hang on tight to watch the craziest encounters that, if not filmed, would be hard to believe.
What the? Dude, holy shit! This sounds like a fool.
Sounds like a full mess, yeah, you're right.
One night, a group of friends came across a white mask hanging from a tree, almost like it was a warning. When one of them picked it up, they froze. Standing nearby was a pale figure wearing the same mask, completely still. A chill ran down their spines, and without a second thought, they turned and ran as fast as they could. Whatever they just encountered, they weren't about to go back and risk another terrifying encounter.
There's no string right there.
The hell, do you see that over there? Oh, what the?
Jungle alert.
Wait, stop right there. What is that? Is that a bug? What is that?
A group of friends set off into the jungle, intrigued by strange noises echoing around them. But nothing could have prepared them for what happened next. A terrifying creature suddenly lunged at them. It resembled a skeletal human, barely more than skin and bones. These beings are known as cryptids, mythical creatures that shouldn't exist. Take this as a warning. Stay far from eerie forests at night, unless you're willing to risk a face-to-face encounter with whatever terrifying things might be hiding in the dark.
Dude, that's not a bug, dude. That's not. Dude, go.
Red-headed cryptid. A family was camping in the woods when they noticed something odd behind the trees. Movement shifting between the branches. Curious, they grabbed a camera and zoomed in, and that's when they saw it. A dark figure with a red head, moving in a way that didn't resemble any animal they'd ever seen. Its movements were unnatural, almost as if it knew they were watching. A chill ran through the group. So, was it a skinwalker, or something even stranger lurking in the woods? Dark web footage.
All I know is if this thing comes from my DNA, that means we're family. It could be dangerous.
In February 2024, a disturbing TikTok video started making the rounds online. It showed two friends and a dog they had bought from the dark web, an animal that looked off, unsettling in every way. One of the friends wanted to get rid of it, but instead locked it in the basement. While they were down there, the creature spoke in a chilling voice, telling one of them it wanted his skin.
Can you understand me?
What?
Fear set in, but things took a darker turn. That night, their security camera caught the creature letting out a spine-tingling scream. Then, the video abruptly cut off. No updates have followed, leaving everyone wondering if this was just a well-crafted prank or something far more sinister. Lurking creature. A group of friends thought it would be fun to check out an old, abandoned house in the woods. But just as they were about to step inside, something caught their eye. Right up on the roof, a creepy figure with glowing eyes was staring them down. They froze, trying to make sense of it. And suddenly, the thing jumped forward, landing near the roof's edge. That's when it hit them. It looked just like the Rake, that scary legend from the internet. They didn't stick around. They fled fast. Whatever that thing was, they weren't about to find out. Hybrid horror.
What is that? Dude, what is that?
A group of friends were lighting fireworks on a quiet night far out in the woods, having no clue they were about to encounter something unexpected. At first, all they saw was a faint, pale figure moving strangely. It had a human shape, but its movements were off. It watched them for a moment before charging straight at them. The friends panicked and ran for their lives. Was this a bizarre humanoid lurking in the woods, or just a disturbed person? The theories surrounding it were wild.
Uh-oh.
Compelling Bigfoot. Now check out one of the most compelling Bigfoot sightings comes from the infamous Beast of Gum Hill, which was caught during an unforgettable ATV ride. While cruising through the woods, a rider spotted a towering figure about 7 feet tall hiding among the trees. He quickly pointed it out to his friend, who managed to capture the creature on camera. The footage revealed a massive, shadowy figure peeking out, blending perfectly with the dense forest. Was it Bigfoot? Or something else entirely? This sighting remains one of the most talked about encounters in cryptid history. Picnic went wrong.
Hey, Dad, look at Carlin!
Get up here, Carly!
A family was enjoying a sunny picnic in the woods, with the kids playing nearby. The father was watching them, smiling, when something caught his eye and sent a chill down his spine. His daughter was a little further away, but behind her, a long, unnaturally thin hand reached out from the trees. The arm stretched way too far, its dark, hairy body slowly creeping closer. Just as the father locked eyes with the strange figure, it disappeared back into the trees. Without hesitation, he gathered his family, packed up, and left in a hurry. There are local legends about skinwalkers, shape-shifting creatures that roam the wild. Whatever it was, he wasn't about to wait around to find out.
Hey, Dad, look at Carlin!
Get up here, Carly!
Night to remember. Few years back, some brave souls went camping, ready to enjoy a peaceful night under the stars. But things took a dark turn when a terrifying scream echoed through the woods.
Please, please, please. No.
The cry was sharp and unsettling, like a woman or child in distress. They froze, eyes locked on the darkness. One of them quickly pulled out a phone, hoping to capture it if it happened again, and it did. Louder this time, fear crept in. Should they investigate? They decided against it. Sleep became impossible. They spent the night wide awake, waiting for daylight. By morning, they couldn't pack up fast enough. Some things are better left unexplored.
Child screaming. Or like a fucking woman or something. That was a female fucking screaming. Phil?
Spooky encounter. Driving down a desolate road at night is enough to rattle anyone's nerves. But for these two friends, their worst fears were about to unfold. As they made their way down the dark path, one of them noticed a figure standing in the field. Seconds later, the situation took a terrifying turn. A woman dressed in white suddenly appeared in front of their car, her face hidden beneath a tangled mess of hair. Before they could react, she vanished, slipping underneath the vehicle without a trace. Did she get inside the car, or was she gone for good? What do you think? Scary showdown. A Bigfoot expert, out in the wild doing his thing, suddenly locked eyes with a Sasquatch, one with light hair, no less. At first it seemed calm, but then out of nowhere, it charged at him, looking like it meant business. The expert didn't have much time to react, but somehow he managed to make a quick escape. It was a close call, and you can bet his heart was racing. Can you imagine facing off with a creature like that? Definitely one of those moments you don't forget. Crouched cryptid.
Right here.
Around 12 years ago, a group of friends went camping deep in the woods. They were relaxing by the fire when one of them spotted something creepy crouched on top of their van. The video was blurry, but it showed a strange creature with a long tail. Definitely not some wild cat or known animal. They thought it resembled a chupacabra or some unknown cryptid. It freaked them out so bad they left early. The footage was recorded 12 years ago, and no clear explanation ever surfaced.
Right here.
Mad Bigfoot. a hunter deep in the jungle searching for Bigfoot. And believe it or not, he actually came face to face with the creature. But things didn't go as expected. Instead of running off, Bigfoot turned around, looking ready to teach the hunter a lesson. Completely freaked out, the hunter had no choice but to make a break for it. The video cuts off right there, leaving us all wondering what happened next. Luckily, we know he escaped and lived to tell the tale. But man, it was a close call.
Stop! Please, stop! Please! Please! It was an accident.
Unearthly encounter. Walking through the woods at night, all you hear is the crunch of dry leaves and the soft rustle of trees swaying in the dark. But then, everything changes. One guy felt something wasn't right, like he wasn't alone. So, he pulled out his camera and started looking around. Not the smartest move, honestly. That's when he spotted a massive shadowy figure half hidden behind a tree, just staring. No sound, no movement. Then, it turned and disappeared. Watching this, I'm sure it was Bigfoot. Others think it was something even stranger. What's your guess? Walking cryptid. Just last year, a group of hikers went on what they thought would be a regular forest trip. While setting up a camera behind some thick trees, something huge stepped out of the shadows. At first, they figured it was a bear, until it stood up. This thing had thick, shaggy fur and walked on two legs, kinda like a Bigfoot. But when it turned, its face was twisted, sharp, and terrifying, like a werewolf straight out of a nightmare. They froze, too scared to speak, but kept filming. Then, without a word, they backed out and left. Some creatures you just don't mess with. Mysterious creature. We usually expect strange creatures to show up in forests or creepy old places, not on a busy road. But in 2019, something wild was caught on a highway camera in the UK. The footage showed a tall, eerie figure sprinting across the road and disappearing into the trees. It moved fast, almost too fast, and looked more like a skinwalker than a person. Nobody knows where it came from or where it went. If that camera hadn't been rolling, this encounter would have stayed a complete mystery. Camper's surprise.
What the
A camper was relaxing by his tent, soaking in the peace of the woods, when an eerie feeling suddenly took over him, like he was being watched. He glanced around, eyes darting between the trees, and then he saw it, a face, pale with hollow eyes, staring right at him. It looked unsettlingly like Grach y Rabin, the Welsh spirit known for haunting campers. Without wasting a moment, the camper packed up and left. Whatever he'd seen, he wasn't sticking around for a second look.
What is that? That's weird, man.
Erratic movement. On December 20th, 2023, an unsettling video surfaced showing figures that seemed almost human, but their behavior was anything but normal. These strange beings leapt through the air like frogs, their movements erratic and bizarre. One moment, they sat still, and the next, they were jumping in perfect synchrony. It felt like something straight out of a nightmare. Just as quickly as they appeared, they vanished into the night, disappearing into the darkness and leaving behind more questions than answers. Hopping horror.
Alright.
How do you track them?
There's two more black dots. Cody.
While filming animals on his farm during the day, a farmer captured something odd running through the fields. It wasn't quite galloping, but more like hopping. The figure appeared incredibly pale and either had nothing on top or its skin was completely visible, something the farmer had never witnessed on his property before. It disappeared behind the trees, and after zooming in on the footage, it could almost look like someone riding in a cart pulled by animals. But is that really what it was? What do you think?
Is that a guy? What the frick? What the?
Paul Freeman encounter.
Jesus.
In a world where skeptics rule, Paul Freeman's footage still stands as one of the most compelling pieces of Sasquatch evidence. Filmed during his expeditions in the 1990s, it shows a large creature walking through the woods, its powerful stride and unmistakable movement making a lasting impression. Despite the footage being grainy, it still provides a surprisingly clear image of the Sasquatch, casually making its way through the trees. Freeman was in disbelief over his luck in capturing such a sight. But the question remains, could this be the best evidence of this elusive creature ever caught on tape? The debate continues.
Jesus.
Abandoned cabin.
We just stopped and had a look in these woods. Look at how scary that is. Put the torch on.
A father and daughter's trip to Tensmere Forest in Scotland took a strange twist. In March 2023, they uploaded a video showing a chilling encounter. As they walked through the woods, the girl heard voices and urged her dad to investigate. They stumbled across a creepy cabin filled with mannequins dressed in costumes and unsettling artwork hanging outside. The cabin seemed to have been there since 2021, but its purpose remains a mystery. Some think it's tied to black magic, while others suspect it's a twisted Halloween display. Thankfully, they made it back to their van without incident, but the eerie cabin's secrets remain unsolved. What do you think it really was?
Even one on the ladders.
Oh, there's someone lying on the ground. Without
Falling over. Look at the one on the ladders going up the tree.
Oh, yeah, that's
What about the washing line over there to the left?
Oklahoma encounter. While hiking in the Oklahoma forest, this man unknowingly captured something massive on camera that quickly went viral. When he first noticed the creature, he quickly zoomed in, revealing a towering figure covered in dark brown fur, gazing off into the distance. Initially unaware of being filmed, the man took a chance and moved closer. But once the creature sensed him, the situation quickly changed. The footage cuts off before we can see what happened next, but you can bet he didn't stick around. I mean, who would, after spotting something like that? Gray shadow. One night, as a man walked alone down a dark path, an unsettling feeling washed over him, like invisible eyes were following his every step. He glanced around, but saw nothing. Still, the sensation lingered, growing stronger with each passing second. Then he noticed something ahead. Movement. A shadowy gray figure crouched low, crawled unnaturally across the ground. Its limbs twisted in a way that made his skin crawl. He froze, struggling to comprehend what he was seeing, but fear surged through him, and without thinking, he bolted, running away with no intention of looking back. Backyard horror. A man from Peru was just minding his business at home when he heard something unusual happening in his backyard. Intrigued, he went to the window to see what was going on. What he saw left him speechless. There was an odd, hairless creature lurking behind a plant. Its appearance was unlike anything he had ever seen. As soon as the creature realized it was being watched, it quickly hid behind the plant, almost as if it was trying to stay unnoticed. Locals call it the face peeler, a towering figure said to haunt the isolated Peruvian jungle for years. What do you think it could be? An alien or something much worse? Share your thoughts below. Giant captured.
It's an elusive creature.
While hiking through the Rocky Mountains, a man caught sight of something strange in the distance. Driven by curiosity, he zoomed in with his camera, and what he saw left him speechless. A towering figure was climbing the mountain, moving with an unnatural grace despite its size. The giant effortlessly scaled the terrain, leaving the hiker stunned and unsure of what he had just witnessed. Was it a trick of the light, some natural phenomenon? Or could it have been an actual giant? Either way, it was an unsettling sight to see.
Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it.
Enormous figure. A TikTok video went viral, sparking wild debates across the internet, showing what seemed to be an enormous figure standing on top of a distant mountain. With millions of views, people started questioning everything they once believed to be impossible. There, atop the fog-covered peak, stood this massive being, doing who knows what. All anyone could do was hope it stayed up there. Some speculated it was proof of ancient secrets, while others believed it was just a well-done hoax or an optical illusion. What's your take on it? Scary monster. In a small village in Indonesia, locals frequently spoke of a terrifying creature living near a lake. One man, eager to see if the stories were true, decided to take matters into his own hands. He placed an entire chicken by the lake, hoping it would lure out whatever monster was said to dwell there. Then he hid and waited, heart racing. To his amazement, the creature appeared. A huge, hairy figure emerged from the water, its eyes scanning the area. It grabbed the chicken with ease and disappeared back into the lake, leaving the man in awe. While he now knew the creature was real, one mystery remained. Where exactly did it come from? Trail capture. In a remote section of the woods, a trail camera captured something truly bizarre. The footage revealed a towering, hairy figure with an odd face, sitting quietly and seemingly observing its environment. Its calm presence was strange, giving off an eerie sense of stillness that felt out of place. But the tranquility didn't last long. After a brief pause, the creature stood and began dragging something through the forest, leaving a trail of disruption in its wake. As it moved, the ground cracked and shifted beneath it. Before long, the giant vanished back into the dense trees, leaving only the mystery of what had just happened. Vanishing mystery. One evening, a man from a small village was walking back home when something ahead made him freeze in his tracks. Just off the path stood a figure in white, its long dark hair hanging over its face, completely still but clearly watching him. Right away, he felt it. This wasn't a person. In that part of the country, people say spirits often linger near trees, and this one looked like it belonged there. Without wasting a second, he turned and ran. But here's the creepy twist. After that night, the man vanished without a trace. Only a short, eerie video remains, and no one's sure what really happened. CCTV capture. You know how cameras can capture the most unexpected things? Well, this CCTV footage from a road corner did just that. At first, it seems like a woman is casually walking down the street with groceries. But if you look closer, things get weird. There's a tiny, thin figure behind her, almost like it's holding a candle. And just when you think it can't get stranger, the creature vanishes into thin air. Did you catch that? Netizens say it looks like Dobby from Harry Potter, while others think it might be a sad ghost. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Terrifying encounter. A guy was taking a quiet walk through the woods when he started hearing strange whispers coming from one side. Thinking it might be someone messing around, he followed the sound. But out of nowhere, this super thin, creepy figure stepped out from behind a tree. Before he could even react, it charged at him. He dropped his camera in panic, and it only caught a few quick, shaky shots. He never said much after that, just showed the clip. And honestly, that clip was more than enough. Hiding gnome. While taking pictures in the Swiss Alps, a photographer spotted something strange in the distance. It looked like a tiny person, dressed in black with a long white beard, just standing there in the cold. Before he could zoom in, the figure vanished without a trace. He knew he wasn't imagining it. Netizens believe it was a gnome, like the ones from old mountain tales. But if that's true, you've gotta wonder what else might be hiding out there in those icy hills, right? Chilly encounter. Deep inside a cave in northern Chile, someone caught something super creepy on camera, and locals think it might be a shapeshifter. The thing looked part goat, part who knows what, with horns that curled the wrong way and long clawed limbs. For a second, its face came into focus. Sharp teeth, glowing eyes. Totally not normal. Folks around there say these creatures turn into dogs, sneak out at night to hunt by the beach, then shift back once they're home. Sounds wild, right? But hey, what if it's real? You tell me. Hunter's shock. One night, deep in the woods, a hunter was startled awake by strange noises. Curiosity got the best of him, so he grabbed his camera and ventured out. That's when he came across something that froze him in his tracks. A skinny, eerie creature with huge ears, tiny eyes, and a bony frame hiding behind some debris. Terrified, he ran without a second thought. Some say it was just a trick of the light, but others wonder if it was a mythical being. Maybe even something like Dobby from Harry Potter. What do you think? Being chased.
Go! Go! Please! Go! Go! Go!
A group of friends was making their way through the woods, trying to get back to their car. But every time they glanced over their shoulders, something strange was creeping in the shadows behind them. It was a weird, slimy figure, staying just out of sight, but always there. They shined their lights on it, and it jumped, but didn't run off. Instead, it just watched them when they finally reached the car and slammed the door shut. The feeling that they weren't alone lingered. The dark woods outside seemed to hold something, waiting.
Go away! Go away!
Dogman spotted. A group of friends was hiking through the jungle at night when they suddenly heard something moving in the bushes. They turned around, and to their surprise, a huge creature appeared. It was all black, with a dog-like face, but way bigger than any dog they had ever seen. Its eyes were glowing in the dark, and they couldn't move. They just stood there, frozen, trying to figure out what it was. The creature didn't budge, staring at them with those glowing eyes. It was an encounter they'd never forget, and probably never want to repeat. Congo horror. While exploring the Congo jungle, a group of men came across something they couldn't believe. They thought it was just a dog, but as they got closer, they realized they were looking at something straight out of a horror movie, a werewolf. Yep, you heard me right. In the heart of the jungle, they found a creature like you'd see in a fantasy film. Thankfully, it was lifeless. But the big question remains. What happens when the full moon rises again? Could there be more lurking out there? That's a thought that'll keep you up at night. Skinwalker encounter. Two friends were just chilling on the beach one night, enjoying the quiet, when out of nowhere, they heard something behind them. They turned around, and what they saw was enough to freeze them in their tracks. A creepy figure moving towards them. No kidding, it was a skinwalker. Terrified, they grabbed their stuff and ran for their lives. The video shows a tall, white figure in the distance, with super long legs, looking every bit like a skinwalker. It wasn't fully clear, but it was clear enough that they were not alone. Definitely a night they'll never forget. Cambodian cryptid. A paranormal team set out to investigate a riverbank haunted by tragedy. Locals spoke of a boy who drowned in a mudslide and a man who took his life in the same spot. To show respect, they left offerings and stood in silence. Suddenly, a figure appeared at the water's edge, pale and featureless. The air felt thick with unease. As they cautiously approached, the figure vanished beneath the water without a sound. They searched, but it was gone. leaving behind only questions. Whatever they saw that night, they couldn't explain it. Mexico encounter. Something strange happened at a farm in Mexico that left everyone stunned. A security camera caught a person walking near a truck, but then, out of nowhere, the person turned into a cloud of mist and vanished. People have long talked about creatures that can change shapes, but no one had ever caught it on camera. Until now. When the farm owner saw the footage, he knew something wasn't right on his property. Whatever this was, it was far beyond anything he'd ever expected. Staring back.
So this frickin' thing,
Late at night, around 12, something caught the motion sensor on a trail camera. At first, there was just darkness, but slowly, a strange figure began to take shape, glaring at the house. As the camera moved 180 degrees, glowing eyes became visible. And that's when things got really eerie. Was it a bear, or a wolf, or something far creepier? Whatever it was, it didn't look like anything the camera had caught before. It left more questions than answers, and no one knows for sure what it was.
it's staring at me. It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now.
Rake sighting. Long arms, pale skin, and an unsettling presence. What else could it be but a rake? A trail cam caught this creepy creature creeping across a field, and when it noticed the camera, it turned its head, making the moment even more chilling. The person who captured the footage hasn't been identified, but it's already gone viral. Supernatural fans everywhere are obsessed with it, trying to figure out what they're really looking at. Could this be the rake, or is something even more terrifying hiding in the shadows? Let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day.
You ready? Okay. All right.
Imagine you're out in the woods filming a movie when suddenly a giant, hairy figure comes out of nowhere and starts chasing a man. Sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? Well, it actually happened in June 2001 on Prince Edward Island, Canada. The guy being chased looked totally confused, but then, when the creature spotted someone with a camera, it stopped cold. Can you believe that? Everyone was talking about it after, wondering if Sasquatches might actually be real. It's wild to think that these mysterious creatures could be lurking in the woods, just waiting to be discovered. What do you think? Are we really alone out there? See you next time.
What the? Dude, holy shit.